वन्दे पन्नगभूषणं शशिधरं वन्दे वसूनां पतिं वन्दे सूर्यशशाङ्कवह्निनयनं वन्दे मुकुन्दप्रियं वन्दे भक्तजनाश्रयं च वरदं वन्दे भक्तजनाश्रयं च वरदं वन्दे शिवं शङ्करम्. Friends, we have all come to this Prashanti to know about the yoga, not only the theoretical knowledge of yoga, but we should have the practical benefits of yoga. And we have to practice yoga. The yoga which we practice in the asanas is one aspect. It's not the full yoga comprehension. We have several other dimensions of yoga. To be a full yogi, we have to practice yoga in day-to-day life as well. In every activity of ours, in every aspect of our life, we must practice yoga, and then only we will have the total benefits. Today, the practice of yoga is to be launched outside Mangal Mandir, immediately after Maitri Milan, maybe after breakfast. The students of this Prashanti are going to launch Karma Yoga in practice. We have heard a lot of Raja Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Karma Yoga, and what is its practice? And that is to be highlighted today in this Maitri Milan session. How to translate Karma Yoga in day-to-day life. Especially, it is going to be inaugurated after Maitri Milan. How are we to be ready for that practice of Karma Yoga? Karma Yoga is a wonderful phrase. Karma in simplest English is action. We speak, it's an action. We eat, it's an action. We look, it's an action. Heart beats, it's an action. There is blood circulation, it moves, it's an action. We think, it's an action. Nobody is free from activity even for a fraction of a second. Nahi kaschit kshanamapi. It is the very nature of the nature to be active, to be working, to be engaged in action. Even when I sleep, my heart beats. There is an activity. If I die, then also the body is not quiet. It bloats. It smells foul. There is change and new germs are created. Nowhere do you find the opposites of activity. Everywhere, everybody is engaged in action. That action which is unavoidable, that action which we cannot be free from, must be properly channelized, properly directed, properly guided, properly ennobled, properly elevated, properly sublimated, properly divinized. In simple terms, every action can be useless, it can be useful, it can be a nuisance, it can be dangerous, and it can be divine. It can be loving, it can be unselfish, it can be selfish. When our actions are useful, when our actions are unselfish, when our actions are most loving, for a long time they are beneficial to most number of people, and if they are elevating, then it is called Karma Yoga. Karma is action. Put that action under the questionnaire. Is your action useful? Is your action unselfish? Is your action loving? Is your action noble? Is your action purposeful? Is your action elevating? If we are on to answer all these questions positively, then it is yoga. Karma yoga is a useful, loving, unselfish, ennobling, divinizing activity. If Karma Yoga, the phrase is to be translated into modern English, roughly, it means professional ethics. Profession, we know, we are officers, teachers, students, cooks, singers, writers, managers. We have several professions. And we know ethics. Ethics is humanism. To be loving, to be useful to others, to be morally sound, to be the best human being. A human being is a human being if he has love for others, concern for others, compassion for others, kindness for others. Beings are beings. Any living being is a being. Rat is a being, cat is a being, dog is a being. But man is called a human being. Humane means kindness. Rational being, because we have the thought process thinking. We are rational beings. We are human beings because we are supposed to have that kindness. That human quality, when it is in abundance, it is called ethics. When it is properly guided towards that ethics, it is called morality. Now, professional ethics means Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga translated into modern simple English, it is professional ethics. I have now given you 3 points. Number 1, karma is action. Karma Yoga is action which is useful, beneficial, loving, unselfish, etc. If it is translated into English, it is called a professional ethics. What is this professional ethics in day-to-day life, which we are going to inaugurate? I give a small example and anecdote. Everybody knows that I am an old man. My hair is grey. And I am a retired man. And retired people normally are not wanted by the sons, by the daughters. Why do I come to Prashanti? Because I am not wanted at home. I come here to have some recognition. Here at least there are people to sit and hear. At my house, my wife, useless fellow, I have been listening to you always, get out. My sons, they don't care for me. My daughters, they don't care for me. My daughter-in-law does not give me food. My son-in-law does not give me money. My grandchildren, they make fun of me every day because you old man, you don't know how to operate a computer. You don't know this, you don't know that, and every time I am becoming a fool at home, therefore I run away from the house. A retired man is unwanted. I come take delight in Prashanti because there are a few people to sit and listen. I should keep myself useful. My profession is to remain useful as a cook, as a teacher, as a speaker, as an electrician, as an engineer, as a doctor. Till my last breath, I must keep myself useful in some profession or another. I come here and everybody knows my age because I am at home with my wife without any work. My son said, I have a daughter, my granddaughter. She is doing her 12th standard in America, in London. The educational facilities are not that good in the sense of cultural progress. India is fine. I am sending her, you please take care of her. Further bondage. I am living with my wife and with my granddaughter. My granddaughter is about 16 years or 17 years. She is preparing for her 12th standard examinations. March or April, she will have her examinations. In physics, in chemistry, in botany, zoology, she should score high marks so that she can become a doctor or an engineer or whatever it may be. And I am taking all necessary steps to see that she is able to prepare very well for the examination. In India, very often you lose the electricity. Electrical supply is very often cut. Where in foreign countries you don't have the absence of electricity. One day, at about 8 o'clock in the night, the electricity failed. Next day, my granddaughter has the examination, maybe physics, maybe chemistry. She is preparing. My wife was nervous. My granddaughter was angry. Tata, what a dirty country, what a dirty house, you useless old man. There is no electrical supply, tomorrow I have the examination. What can I do, what am I to do? You old man, do something, my wife is pestering. I am a retired professor, retired principal. I don't have any knowledge of electricity, but I have seen people doing something with that fuse. Now, I draw a small stool or a chair, I climb over it, take the torch, try to take that fuse to see whether the copper wire inside is in condition. What's wrong with that? Prior to that, I look to the front house, I look at the side house, everywhere there is electricity. That means something is wrong with my house. If it is a total failure, nothing can be done. Others have it, I do not have it, and immediately I want to do something. I raise up and I try to take the fuse. My wife comes. You idiot, I cannot afford to be an idiot at this widow at this age. I have lived enough. Had I been young, I don't mind even if you are absent. Now old I am. At this age, I cannot afford to become a widow. Don't try to experiment with electricity. You are not a professional. You are not trained in it. You are not skillful in it. You don't have the dexterity of it. Yogaha karmasu kausalam kushalatva. You have not trained in it. You don't have the efficiency. You don't have the proficiency. You don't have the skill. Don't experiment at this age. Then what is it you want me to do? There is a man in that opposite house. He's a young boy of about 20 to 23 years. He is a BE electrical person. He is working as an electrician. He has the skill. He has the efficiency. That gentleman is there in the opposite house. Go, call him. He will do what is to be done. Now, that boy is about 22 years. I am about 72 years. You want me to go and request that fellow? He will put on yes. He will be haughty. You man, you want my help? He will say some dirty words. No, my wife says, he is modest. The moment he looks at you, he respects you. Even before you call him, he will say, uncle, is there any work to be done by me? He is always forthcoming. Karma Yoga is not only your skill in action, but you must have the readiness to help others in the field of your activity. That young boy is modest, he is humble, he is ready to help. The moment you go out, he will say, uncle, I am ready. What is the work? What is to be done in your house? Fine. You say he is modest. He is ready to serve. Excellent. But when he comes in, he will tell me, uncle, do you have a spare copper wire? I'm sorry, I don't have. Do you have a cutting plier? No, I don't have. Do you have a screwdriver? No, I don't have. Uncle, nothing can be done now. It's already 8 o'clock. I have left my cutting plier in the office. I don't have the screwdriver at home. I don't have even a copper wire. I am sorry, nothing can be done. Tomorrow we shall see. He may say so. I raise the objection. And my wife says, no, don't underestimate his abilities. He is highly resourceful. If his screwdriver is not available, he will use the back of a spoon. If that is also not available, he will use his nails. An expert is not wanting in the tools. He is resourceful. A very good teacher, without the CD, without the projector, without the screen, without the blackboard, without the chalk piece, a very good cook, without the necessary provisions, requirements. When you go for a bride, the test is, you ask her to prepare rasam. Without giving her the necessary requirements, she should be in a position to prepare the most delicious liquid. Similarly, a dancer, without providing the sufficient orchestra, if she is able to impress, a good professional does not need the necessary tools. He is highly resourceful. In teaching you can be resourceful, in acting you can be resourceful, in being an engineer you can be resourceful, in your field of activity you must be highly resourceful. And that resourcefulness is found in Arjuna. Bhava Sabyasachi. Sabyasachi is a person who can dart the arrows with both the hands, keeping the bow under the toe. He does not wait for this or that. He is capable of doing wonders. Sri Ramachandra Prabhu was such a great yogi, highly skillful. He did not have his weapons by his side. When Kakasura was troubling Sita Devi, he took a blade of grass and made it a powerful weapon to drive away the demon. That is resourcefulness, efficiency in action. The person who is capable of doing things does not need the necessary tools. Without them, with them, he can. Sri Krishna, kartum, akartum, anyatha kartum shaktaha, capable of doing, undoing and differently doing. Highly resourceful. A teacher is so, a technician is so, a doctor is so. That particular medicine may not be available in the market, but still you must be in a position to have the alternative. Efficiency in action, modesty while performing the action, readiness to perform the action, and the action is to be performed in such a way that you are highly resourceful. My wife says, that boy is highly resourceful. He does not require all these things. Okay, I'll go there. I shall call him. He will come. He is highly resourceful and he will ask me to hold the torchlight. He will climb the chair, stand up, and he will ask me, old man, sir, uncle, sir, please show the light properly. When I am unable to show the light properly because of the old age, my hand may be moving a little, it may not be spotting on the place where the light is to be shown, then he gets annoyed. Ah, you old man, don't you show it properly? Don't you do it teamwork? When the others are unable to cooperate with me, when the others are unable to help me in the way I want them to help, I should not get disturbed. I should not get annoyed. With a team spirit while playing football, cricket, while preparing food, there will be several other cooks. While working for a particular progress or for a particular activity, sometimes a single person may not be in a position to do. It must be done by a team, and in the team all may not be up to your expectations, but adaptability has to be practiced. While performing the dance, you have to adjust. While performing the service activity, you have to adjust in a teamwork. My wife says, now he doesn't get annoyed. He will be very humble. He will be very cooperative. He will adapt to the situation. As and when the light is focused, slowly he will be in a position to do the work. Resourcefulness, team spirit, modesty, availability, readiness to work, professional ethics, all these things. Then I said, yes, very good. Whatever you say is wonderful, excellent. That boy, when the moment I call him, he will come. He will stand up. He will adjust. But while doing the work, he will be looking at my granddaughter. He is 22 years. My granddaughter is 16, 17 years. He has the opportunity. Outside when she is going to the college, now and then he can only steal the glances. Now she is alone. And in her normal dress, she is alone sitting near the reading desk. The fellow will be repairing. He will delay because he will have more time to look at the girl. Mischievous, cunning, selfish, lustful, greedy, miserly, to have an axe to grind. Some selfish purpose, and he will be looking at her. My wife says, don't think certain things. Sri Rama is Ekapatni Vrata. These boys are karma yogis. They don't look at girls. They don't talk to them. They don't touch them. They are so pure, so pious, so engrossed in the work. They are so concentrated in their field of study that they don't have time to divert their attention. Karma yoga is ekagra chitta. Concentrated in the field of your action. Whatever may be the diversion, whatever may be the temptation, whatever may be the attraction around, you are not lost. You are pinned to your field of work. Whether it is a study or a profession or work or any such thing, you are engrossed in it. Ekagra chitta. And my wife is an excellent advocate of that young man. All right. He is ready. All these qualifications he has fulfilled. He comes, he helps, he does not look at my granddaughter. Everything is excellent. But after he completes his work, I must pay him something. He is not my servant. He is coming out from outside. He may be busy. I may have to pay him 20 rupees, 30 rupees, 50 rupees. Something has to be paid as an honorarium to the service he has rendered. I am a miser. I won't pay. I don't want to pay. I am so selfish, I don't want to pay. My wife says, you have thoroughly misunderstood a karma yogi. Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. That boy is such an excellent karma yogi. He is ready to serve, resourceful in service, teamwork he has, and he does not have the diversion. He is so engrossed. Finally, he does not expect any honorarium or any remuneration. Whether you give or not, it is immaterial. In our country, once upon a time, there was a short prime minister after Pandit Nehru, and that is Lal Bahadur Shastri. Even before he entered active politics, he was working in an office. In those days, the salary per month for him was 30 rupees. Maybe you call it 3,000 now. And he was faithfully handing over that money to his wife. One day, one friend asked Shastriji, I am in a difficulty. Can you spare some money? I don't know whether my wife has any money. I shall go and ask her. If she has some money, I shall certainly give you. Saturday it was. He went to his wife, told her. She said, my dear husband, for the past 3 months you are employed. Every month you are bringing me 30 rupees. Out of 30, 15 I am using for the maintenance of the family. 15 rupees remain with me. 15, 15, 15. 45 rupees I have with me. If you want, you can take it. Shastriji took those 45 rupees, went, helped his friend, came back and asked the wife in the night, my dear wife, You say you have 45 rupees. That means you have spent only 15 from the salary I brought. Do you mean to say that this amount 15 is sufficient to maintain our family? Yes. Suppose I fall sick now and then also it is sufficient. Suppose we receive 1 or 2 guests, even then it is sufficient, I can maintain it. I see. Sunday he thought, Monday morning, 10 o'clock, Shastriji went to his office, stood before the boss. Good morning, sir. Yes. You are paying me more than what I require. My wife says 15 rupees will be sufficient. You are paying me 30 rupees, double the requirement you are paying. From this month onwards, I don't want 30 rupees, please pay me only 15 rupees. Karma Yoga is to accept what you require, not for the luxury, not for the comfort. Karmanyeva adhikarastha, don't expect and don't take more than what you need. A good person takes the least from the society, least from the nature. Even when there is an opportunity to shower plenty on you, no. You go to the sea, take whatever little you require. Mahatma Gandhi took a little of Ganga Jal for his requirement. You have Karma Yogis giving us the exemplary life, and their requirement is very little. A Karma Yogi is like that. Now all the conditions are very well fulfilled. I am ready. Should I go and ask him? I said, no, you need not go and ask. This is the time when he returns from the office, when all the houses have the light, when we don't have the light. He is such a wonderful wrong in your house, I shall do it. Ask for the help. Let not people become humble to request, to seek your help. Unasked, Avyaja Karuna Murti is Lalita Devi. Affection. She gives, you must be ready to serve even without being asked. And that readiness is Yajnamurti. That unexpected, unwanted remuneration, that is the quality. The highest of Karma Yoga is the spontaneity of service. Continuous overflow of spontaneous service with love, with affection, with the greatest intelligence, with highest resourcefulness, without a diversion, without a distraction, without a temptation, without selfishness. If we are able to keep ourselves at the disposal of the society, Manasa, Karmana, Vacha, that is the highest form of Karma Yoga. Swami Vivekananda is an excellent exponent of Karma Yoga. The ideal Karma Yogi in our books is Anjaneya. His place is at the feet of Sri Ram. He has never expected, he has made himself perfect, and that perfection has been placed at the disposal of the society. They alone live who live for the welfare of the others are more dead than alive. In the Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna says, Yajnarthat karmanonyatra lokoyam karma bandhanaha tadartham karma kaunteya mukta sangha sama acharaha. It is only for the performance of yajna, for the performance of service, for this performance of use. Do your actions. After the session, there is going to be an inauguration of the practice of Karma Yoga. Let us all try our best to be the real practitioners of Karma Yoga. Let us be useful in every way to the society. Now meditate on the greatest Yogeshwara, Sri Krishna, who has also been a practicing Karma Yogi.